Portugal have a sick team.
Yeah.
You know, they have a quality team, so you don't need Ronaldo. Like, and even him, he should just respect himself and just say...
And they're even using Thierry Henry for this man.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time you're listening, whatever time you're watching, welcome back to another episode of Podcast Pundits. I am your host today, De La Strada. And as usual, I'm here with a gang, so let's go around and introduce ourselves. Starting from the left.
Marley Mar here. Repping the Nations League winners. The old school veteran joint. You get me? Hold tight Bruno Fernandes and that. Hold tight Dolo. Who you got in the team? Who, Strivs? You got anyone in the team? No? Huh? Della, you got anyone in the team? No? Okay.
Tavares?
In my team, yeah.
Nuno
Tavares? Get out of here, man.
Mendes.
Who? You've got Mendes. Oh, because you were in PSG. This guy.
PSG,
Get out of here, man.
he's got Mendes. Yeah.
Coutinho, Neves.
Fair players, bro.
Yeah. Anyway,
Is PSG your French team? Or you just claim
Portugal
it?
his team.
Huh?
I'm just
I've been
I'm just
to,
matching his energy, you know?
yeah, I've been to Portugal many a time, innit? You get me? Obrigado and all that malarkey.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Huh? Hello, innit?
Hello, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can vouch.
Hold tight.
He's frauds, man.
Yeah. Next up, Drayman.
Yeah, Drayman. Season's done. The World Cup is the only thing I'm looking forward to next. So, yeah, we move on to that next.
Finally, Strives.
Yes, what you say, man? It's your boy Strives, or you can call me Striver. Representing Arsenal. I got the hoodie over it because obviously there's a new jersey, so you know, I got until I get the new one, but I might have to keep this covered. It was my birthday as well, like literally last week, so I expected to get a new one by now, but none of the man them patterned me. So
Get out of here, man. PD did 50 Cent, bruv. Get out, bruv.
Yeah, man,
you want to take me shopping?
yeah, but yeah, man. Also repping Nigeria as well, Unity Cup champions. So obviously, I left the season with a trophy after away.
Them ones. As you can see, just the four of us today. No Joey. He's a proud father.
Yes,
Big up to him.
big up you, Joey.
And before we get into it, let me do some admin. You can find us on all major platforms. That includes Apple, Spotify, and you can watch us on YouTube. You can interact with us on X, TikTok, Instagram, and that's it, right? X, TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
YouTube maybe in the comments.
Yeah, I've already put YouTube. Same thing. But guys, before we get into it, let's just do a moment of silence for Mr. Uriah Rene,
Big ups,
Yeah.
who sadly passed away, who is a beacon of light to the black community. So yeah, big him up. So yeah, respect to you and your family, sir.
Absolutely.
Definitely, man.
Cool. Let's get into it. As I said, pre-recording, this is just a box of chocolate sort of episode. So yeah, just going to mix it up. But obviously first, let's discuss the Nations League. So Marley Marl's country of residence, Portugal versus Spain. So yeah, I'll start with you, sir. What did you think of the game?
I'll be honest, I didn't actually watch the game. I was out. I was out at house party, innit? Stormzy's thing, right? Stormzy.
Yeah, I think it's his venue.
Yeah. But
But it might be that Osh guy as well, you know? Remember, my yeah is different to your
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I saw when I see him. I saw him the other day actually.
What's his name?
Osh.
Yeah.
Osh.
Go with that?
OSH.
Oh, was that OSH? Yeah.
Yeah.
My is different.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think he's got something to do with it. I can't remember when I was there, not the time when I was yesterday, before I saw him there. And I think I see him like promoting it on his page.
Oh, sick. Yeah.
And him and Stormzy are like close as well. I see them up. Well, I saw them at church a good few, like maybe
tab?
a year
They
or
go
so.
tab?
Well, they was going tab. I don't know if
Oh.
they go there now. So I see them together. So I think they're cool. I think it might be his thing. So big moves.
Yeah, big ups, man. Yeah, good event, like good venue. But anyway, I said that to say I didn't see the game. I
Some
obviously
highlights.
I watched some of the highlights. Yeah.
Did CR7 do
Yeah.
anything in this game?
He scored, didn't it?
Yeah, he's
No,
cool,
I was
bro.
Like, I've been thinking, like, why is he getting bare? Like, because I was out as well. I never saw it, but all of a sudden, people are trying to revisit the Messi versus.
No, there's no need for
Nah.
that.
CR7.
He scored.
He scored. He did his thing. He's 40. He's still.
What are you saying?
Yeah, still on the
it's a
pitch,
big,
bro, like-
it's a big deal though, in that he's still scoring at top level or winning trophies. But
Yeah.
you can't compare it to Messi though. Messi's World Cup winner. Just saying.
No, there's no point in doing that. But on Ronaldo, like, and I think because you guys didn't watch it, you didn't see the second goal that Spain scored. You could see that what's his name?
You mean?
Bernardo lost the ball.
Okay,
He
yeah.
got fouled,
Hmm.
and he stopped. Then Ronaldo's just stopped.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
literally, you know, and even throughout the whole game, you can see they have to run for him.
No,
And
it's
in truth, like Spain were the dominant team from the first half. Second half changed, but Spain were the dominant team. But you can see like
He's almost like
can't
carrying the
continue.
extra luggage.
Yeah,
yeah,
it can't continue. Yeah, it worked out well because you guys came back and you went to pennies.
yeah.
But he can't be. He could be in the squad.
Yeah.
But he can't. He shouldn't be your main starter. Like Portugal have a sick team.
Yeah.
You know, they have a quality team, so you don't need Ronaldo. Like, and even him, he should just respect himself and just say,
How old is he now?
40.
40.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that age performing at that level at 40.
Yeah,
That's
to
impressive.
score a
Yeah,
goal
it's
as well. I
impressive.
think that's what we were trying to say.
Yeah,
He scored in the last game as well, right?
I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah.
He's doing his thing.
Yeah, that's what the pundits were saying. They were saying that obviously this is a that generational team like at the minute, and they need to find a striker because he's obviously not
rocking
it.
it.
But what's the alternative? That
Actually, there's Jota.
what's the name? Ramos.
I think it's Ramos.
Ramos, dead you.
Ramos, and then obviously Felix in it. But I'm sure there must be someone like that can play. You
Yeah,
don't need like Ronaldo. He doesn't need to be playing 90 minutes. He can play like 20 minutes, last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But I'm saying because he went off injured, it happened to him last time they went the final, and then they won it again. So maybe it was an omen.
But he said he was injured from the warm.
Oh my god!
Who said that? Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
No.
This is
But
how,
he did say that,
this is
he
how
did say
hungry
that.
the guy is to play, bro.
That's what I'm saying. If
But
that's
he
the
said
case,
it's his
bro.
country, innit? So he's like, yeah, I'll do anything for my country.
Yeah, no, drop your 40, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a liar, bruv, about he will do anything for his country because if you do
Stay on
anything,
the bench,
thank you, bruv.
Exactly.
Like
Chill out,
chill
bro.
on the bench for your country. He would not do anything for his country, bruv. I disagree.
Yeah, okay, but fair enough. You man didn't watch the game because you guys all
Outside B.
Saw the highlights.
outside. But obviously, just before the actual semi-final and the final, Yamal said if they want to decide the Ballon d'Or today, let's do this, innit?
Oh, so
So, but that's when he played France, and
Okay.
obviously
Yeah.
they
he
won
batted
5-4, and he scored and assisted.
I like that kid, man.
Yeah,
His
he's
ego is nuts.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
He's
I'm
got
here
that
for it.
stick talk, though.
Yeah. I'm here for it, man. He got locked up though, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, he did, and we're going to come to Mendes. But the mere fact that he didn't win, or Spain didn't win the Nations League, do you think that has any influence on like who the eventual winners of the Ballon d'Or will be? Because
No.
there were talks that maybe Yamal, maybe Dembele, both didn't win it.
Yeah. Nah, I think I was like, I can't remember which group chat it was, but I think it actually was you, Della, like where you basically compared this Nations League Cup to like the Carabao Cup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like, no one really cares about it until you're in the final.
Yeah.
I want to win it. So I think because of that, I don't know if it's going to have that much bearing
Yeah.
on who wins or on any Ballon d'Or eventual winner. But obviously, if you had won that as well and you were in contention, then I think that might tip the edge. Because obviously now I'm seeing people, football takes and stuff, obviously now trying to throw Mendes into the frame,
That's
innit?
too funny, man.
Because obviously he's locked up everyone's favourites apart from Saka, obviously. But
First game, no, but second game, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
'cause
he locked up Saka twice.
He did.
I don't. I'm not.
2 out of 3 times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he definitely
Nah,
did.
because I'll say Saka scored 2 out of the 3 games.
No, but Ronaldo scored, but Ronaldo didn't.
Yeah, I know, but you can't.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah,
say.
you
You
can't-
can't.
exactly.
No, but I can't even. No, you forget even just the goals. But in terms of like Saka's dribbling stats and what have you not, they were quite high in those games. Like, I can't say that he got locked up. And although Saka's drifted central,
Did those dribbling go past? Did it go past Mendes?
in the first, obviously, I know you said the first one, you've conceded that already. But I think Mendes has even come out and said Saka was probably the most difficult player he's played against. He's come out and said that.
Trent. Who said Trent? Oh no, it was Caviccioli. I can't say his
This is
name.
what he said, Trent.
Yeah,
Well, because
Caviccioli.
why?
Trent was his hardest opponent he's played against.
Defensively, or
That's
what?
what he said.
No,
But I think Trent's decent defensively. Remember, I've been saying that, but some people don't give him that credit.
But he's played up. That's his opinion, innit? But he's come up against some tough defenders. Like if you think Trent was the one, then
I think
Fair play to
Trent is a different kind of problem because obviously he doesn't just defend. Like so,
Yeah, exactly.
Like as a like, obviously the fullback has to worry about him, but also like if you're a wide winger, you're a winger, you have to kind of have to look at him as well and concentrate on what he's doing. So it's a little bit different. I'll probably say.
yeah. But on the subject, so you're saying no impact on the Ballon d'Or, but who is on the Ballon d'Or list? And forget the list. Who do you think is going to go to? Who's the strong candidates?
I think Dembele's going to get, Yeah, I think that...
That's what they were saying, isn't it?
Which is interesting because I think he started the season a bit slow. Obviously, he wasn't playing up top. And then when he moved to striker, his season just changed. And I think what's been helping him as well is that he seems to put in a shift. Like, he's not just goals and assists. Like in the final, for instance, like... But remember Anthony when he was on the sidelines when the ratings come on and whole game, bruv. Whole game, Dembele was just like he was ready, bruv.
Yeah.
He was ready. So I think he will probably get it. And I was never really like a fan of like the Rafinha shouts personally.
The only reason I won't because I don't really watch the Spanish league. I know he's got his numbers, but then how do we rank or how does the Ballon d'Or work? Like, is it based on what you do in your individual league, what you do in Europe? Because if it's in Europe, then it seems like anyone that wins the Champions League is going to get it.
Yeah.
I think somebody from PSG's team should, because PSG, they've won the treble. So they've won their league, a cup, and the Champions League. You are literally the kings of Europe, and you've got a legitimate claim to say that. So
they haven't always done that though.
Yeah, they haven't always done that.
Yeah, because it's Messi and Ronaldo. So
wherever Messi and Ronaldo, but obviously like the season where Haaland didn't get it, that was a treble winner. But Rodri got it though. Yeah, treble.
But someone from Man City, though, isn't it?
But Rodri got it eventually, innit?
Rodri get it. But then there's Lewandowski, but that was a COVID season as well. So that's two notable shegs.
Which one? The Haaland one?
I think the Haaland one might have been.
Well, who got it? But would you still call it a shag if Rodri got it? Because Rodri was...
And Rodri won the European Cup as well.
Yeah, I think if they're doing it on the basis of Dembele's goals and assists as well as the treble this season, I think there's
a lot in there.
I feel like there's a disparity not giving it to Haaland in that season if your criteria is that.
Right, I got you.
But I mean, Rodri was a...
Yeah, the only thing I'll argue against that is it was still someone from the City team who was just as influential to City. Yeah. Whereas if he's going to go to PSG, outside of Dembele, what you can give it to Vitinha, you can give it to Mendes, but really and truly, it's probably going to go to Dembele.
Yeah.
Because,
was it the Rodri season though?
Yeah, that
Haaland didn't get it?
Yeah. Haaland he's never got it. And that's when City won the treble.
Was that when he scored the ridiculous amount of goals, like 50 goals in the year or something?
Well, was that his first?
That might have been it might have been shagged the year before, you know.
I don't even know, actually.
Let me Google that.
Because obviously, if Liverpool got further, then Salah surely would have been.
If Liverpool won it, then Salah's getting 100.
Yeah.
But I don't think they respect what people do in the English league alone.
That's true.
Even as
they
I say, it's probably one of the hardest leagues.
Don't they?
Speaking of Nuno Mendes, you said he's locked up everyone apart from Saka. How highly do you rate him as a player? And considering, like, he's been on the scene for a while, but I feel like this season, and especially second half of the season, because we both watched the Arsenal PSG game.
Yeah.
And he was a completely different
player. Yeah, I know. It's wild. No, I think I rate him quite highly. Like, I rate him like he's a weird one. Like, even Cucurella. I know Cucurella's come under a bit of like...
I rate him, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I actually rate Cucurella as well. So I was going to say I rate him in that kind of mold, but I think I probably place him as having a bit more ability. Mendes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely does.
More ability. So no, I rate him highly. So when I was seeing, like, I saw, I can't remember, some content creator putting him in the fray for Ballon d'Or, I was like, you know what? I was like, you don't typically hear defenders being put up for the award, but he made a compelling case.
Yeah, but he was cooking guys yesterday.
Oh, was he? Yeah, was he?
Yeah, he got bombing forward, bruv.
Okay.
Like, he's done well, but to your point, like, I think it's only Cannavaro that's ever got it as a defender. And
fullbacks. Has a fullback ever got it? Probably not, in it.
Don't think so. Yeah. And it seems like it only goes to attackers. Like, what criteria do you have to do? Like, even Van Dijk's never won it. But then, can he win it if Salah's in his team? So it's difficult for defenders to ever...
Yeah.
And I think it's harsh. I think there needs to be a metric.
It's like defending is like a thankless job almost, isn't it?
Honestly,
you
can make 5 sick tackles, bruv.
And
then one mistake, and then you
remember
remember the mistake.
It's the same as the goalkeeper, though.
That's true.
Whereas strikers is the opposite. Strikers can be stinking,
exactly.
And then score a goal, and
then they're the heroes.
That's what Henry was saying.
Yeah.
Like, I think he said at Juventus they played him as a wing back.
Yeah.
And that's when he realised, like, yo, these people, I know what they have to go through now. Like, I appreciate them. So he goes, everyone may give the credit to, like, me as a striker.
Yeah.
But I understand that I can go for a game and missed chances,
Yeah.
not do anything. But
And
if
no
I
one
score
remembers
at
it.
one goal, I'm
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
But no
it's
one
all
forgets the
forgotten
fact
about
that
it.
all the defending, the goalkeeper.
For sure.
But yes,
That's what. Oh yeah, what that was. That overlap one when he was giving credit to Kieran and all that as well.
yeah. If you want to talk about the whole thing, that you feel free. If you want.
Sorry, just to interject here. It was Lionel Messi that won it ahead of Haaland that year.
How is it? And
That was the shag one.
Yeah, it was a shake.
Yeah.
That was a
So
shag,
what did
but
Messi do
it
that
wasn't the
season?
shag because it's
He won a
like,
World
Wasn't
Cup,
that when he was
that's
in
it's Lionel
PSG?
Messi.
That was at PSG as well.
when he
They
won the
did
World Cup.
nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he won the World
did
Cup,
score.
man.
That's what I'm saying. That's why they say Haaland got shanked. I believe he got shanked as
Yeah,
well.
that one
it's-
definitely,
It's Lionel Messi, man. When it's Lionel Messi,
Yeah, that's a tough
you know.
competition.
But that's the sheg, innit? Like Lionel
Yeah.
Messi and Ronaldo, bruv. Like,
yeah,
Yeah,
fair
they
enough.
ruined football.
yeah.
But yeah, no, but to the free will, appreciate that free will. They're like, yeah, man, I need to talk about this. Sorry, bro.
But be quick though.
I'll be quick as long as there's no pushback, especially from you because you know you're one of them Arteta
I'm hosting
fanatics.
today, so I'm not.
Cool, bruv. When Henry's an Arsenal legend, yeah, in my opinion, yeah. If in everyone's opinion,
Yeah.
I don't even think that should be debatable. I think
sure.
he's just an Arsenal legend, statue and everything. When he's talking on the club, and he's not just talking on the club as a fan, he's talking on the club as someone who's played, someone who's achieved. Bro, like, I've noticed in here, there's a section of the Arsenal fan base that really despise this guy. Not because...
Thierry.
Yes, bruv. And it's purely because they think he's got a problem with Mikel Arteta. So basically, this is what he's running back to. He's coming back to Mikel Arteta's cult following. Yeah, has got so strong that they're even abusing Thierry Henry for this man. And what Thierry Henry's done, doing, and saying is factual. Just
let the listener know what was he.
Yeah.
actually
So
saying.
all right. So we've got the for the benefit of the listeners and people watching. There's a part of the show, like he's on overlap with Neville, Carragher, Ian Wright's even there, Keane, and I forgot her name now, the woman captain.
The one that should be removed from the show, that one. Female
He said she's there for diversity and inclusion.
No, bruv,
Hey, like man, so trying to get us cancelled.
Hey, no. Some of the women on this. There's some great women commentators and pundits,
Yeah,
bro. She's
that's
just
not
not
her.
She's just one of them.
Comic relief.
Yeah,
That's fair. It's just his opinion.
Fair dues. So yeah, he's on there, and then basically they're speaking about, does Mikel Arteta have to win next season? And basically Henry makes a bit of a joke where he says, like, Arteta's been building, like it's a really tall building, and everyone's laughing. Well, a couple of people crack a little bit of a laugh. It's a little bit of a joke. It's a funny joke, but it's apt and it's very true. Like, if you have been building, like, I mean, how long are you going to be building for? And then he's just saying that, look, like, there's other examples of like teams that we've all laughed at, like Manchester United, for example. And even though they've, you know, been the runt of the litter for most of the season and for most of these years, they've found themselves in a good few finals and have won trophies. So he's basically saying that, look, if we're laughing at Man United because they're not performing to what Man United should be doing, but yet they're still getting those days out, then what more of Arsenal, who are becoming and considered by some as an elite team? You get what I'm saying? By now, at the very minimum, you should be at least giving your fans some finals.
Yeah.
He didn't even say win, you know? He just said at least
yeah.
give them some finals. So he's going like, you know, for this building, it's now got to translate. And then, bruv, he's just got bare pushback.
But my question to you, because you've asked these guys many times, these United fans, like whose season would they rather have? You as an Arsenal fan competing and just marginally falling out or losing out in some cases, obviously not in this season, versus them who underperform in the league but they get into cups. And your argument is that they would rather have your season. So now you're saying you more or less agree with Henry, because Henry's more or less saying it's like, even at Arsenal, I'll have a very tall building, they still haven't done anything. Where these guys will say, you know what, our building's shit. Well, we're winning stuff.
I don't think he's saying we haven't done anything. I think he's saying we have done something.
No, I'm saying that he's saying United haven't really done anything, but they're still giving their fans something to like cheer about. And when you have the debate, like whose season would you rather have? You say Arsenal, and you believe that they should say Arsenal. But of course, but now it seems like because Henry's saying it, and I think Henry's saying what you don't like against these guys. No,
so that's what I disagree. I don't think he's saying that. Because I still believe that I would rather be Arsenal. I don't think a Carabao Cup and an FA Cup is gonna would alleviate my pains if I was in Manchester United's position. And I mean that like respectfully. I'm not even sending this time, and I don't think it should even alleviate you lot's pains, because you man have even achieved more than Arsenal has as a football club. You man have got to the summit of club football. So FA Cup and a Carabao Cup, yeah, it might, give you a little bit of momentary hurrah, 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 but ultimately you can't look back on your season and you finished 15th. Manchester United, that's wild.
Yeah.
I couldn't have that for me. And we're like what the FA Cup holders, that's what I'm saying. For me, no, I still would rather be Arsenal, but that's not his point. His point is, because there's no reason, Della, why you can't do what we're doing and still get into a final. That's what he's saying.
But it's not.
Yeah.
But that is what he's saying. But
That is what he's saying. Yeah,
that is what he's saying. I feel like at the same time, he sort of said what I'd have said as well, which is what I think he's saying as
he's
well.
just saying, bro, it's kind of not good enough. I see he's saying what I've been saying. It's not good enough, even though it's better than them. But that can't be the stuff.
It's not good enough. It's because you want to be winning stuff ultimately.
Yeah. And we got to remember, we can't have our standards be that. I was saying this to another Arsenal fan, Tom, TMO, in the group I'm in. Yeah, he always he says funny stuff and he thinks I hate him. I don't hate you, bro. Yeah, but he thinks I hate him. Yeah, because I always disagree with him. Blah blah blah. First off, I don't hate anyone or whatnot, but I can be a wind up. Bro, I was seeing him have a back and forth with someone the other day. Yeah. I think it might have been today actually, and another Arsenal fan, and they was reading off Liverpool's achievements, like they've won it, like in this period, that we've been building and blah blah. Liverpool's won a Champions League, a Club World Cup, they've won a FA Cup, they've won the league twice, blah blah blah. And then his rebuttal was, but in the last 3 seasons we've amassed more points than them. I had to be like, bro, like, okay, like that's not shit, by the way.
But sometimes that's your argument though.
No,
you come and say certain
let me
things
tell you,
like that,
they're never. My argument.
Who posted the things in the group chats about Arsenal mounting points or Arsenal doing this? No one. It's you, bro.
Bro, that's when the season's still going ahead. The season's still going ahead. You think Liverpool can win a Premier League, and I'm going to tell you we've had more points than you in the last 3. I don't give a flying fuck, bro.
Liverpool won the league in I can't remember what month, and we all knew, but you were still posting stuff.
Listen, but when Liverpool won the league, you talking about this year?
Yeah.
Oh, he still had hope.
I thought you was going to talk about.
I don't know whether he had hope or not.
No, remember my whole thing was don't mess up. Because you have won this thing since October. Just don't mess up. And when I'm posting these things, it's more so to say, because we'd have conversations like, is Arsenal having a shit season? Yeah, but what I'm saying, but by my standards, because I want to win stuff. But have Arsenal stagnated or have we progressed?
It's progress.
Objectively, I would have to say yes, we've progressed. Now, is it the progression I'm after? No.
When you say progress, what do you mean? Sorry,
because
even last season you progressed, or
like even this season, and I know this might come across controversially, but Arsenal's progressed, and I'll tell you why they've progressed, because you've gone second again, So second, you've stayed second. So okay, you've stayed stagnant in that metric, and maybe the points you've amassed is a little bit less, blah, blah, blah. However, you've gone to 2 semi-finals this season, and one of them being the Champions League semi-finals. And I'm not celebrating getting to the semi-finals. I'm just adding the context and nuance to it. Mikel Arteta is still, in my opinion, I'd still call him a rookie manager. Like, although, you can argue you're not a rookie after your first or second season. He's been in the job 5-6 years, whatever, cool. But this guy's only been in Champions League for 2 years, 2 seasons, quarterfinals, and semi-finals, coming out to Bayern Munich and PSG. These are reputable teams, beating Real Madrid, what have you not. That is progression. So you've got to a semi-finals, and we was literally 1 game away from that big final that Henri's saying we should have had. You get what I mean? So that is progression. But is it good enough for me? No. Because you've built your team now, Arteta. You've done all this thing. But for me, remember, my thing is, can you cross the line? And you habitually don't cross the line. So I'm like, maybe someone else should do it there, because all this building, this is where I agree with Thierry, all these building that you're doing, bro, at the bare minimum, bruv, get me a cup.
Yeah, you need
get
something.
me a final. Get me something. But that don't mean, though, Della, I'd rather be them, man. No way. But I'm just saying,
you're going in the right direction, but then it's just like get to the finish line almost.
But do you know there's obviously, I think, and the fan base is quite that's why they're all spreading their views. There's some people who feel like Arsenal have a divine right to win the Premier League and the Champions League. Not both, one of the other.
You think so?
Because most people say, because some people say, I don't care about the Carabao Cup. I don't care if Arsenal win the FA Cup. Arteta next season needs to win the Premiership or the Champions League.
My cousin said that as well.
So you say that thing, but then so essentially, whether if he wins the Carabao Cup but doesn't win the league again, some people won't like it. If he wins the FA Cup, say it's one of those things. What Henri's saying is it's more, which I think it's a bit. it's difficult to understand it because ultimately Arsenal, they need to win more than a cup, because a cup doesn't satisfy the whole fan base. If Arsenal win, or Arsenal get to a final, we lost. You know, and that's what my thing with what Henri said. It's coming from where you're coming from, and he also made a point about him saying he doesn't want to be a manager anymore because he's comfortable now. So you know the environment you're about to create. So be a bit more tactful in what you're saying, because you've now created a bit of a division in the fan base.
This is what they were saying.
You know what I'm saying? And that is factual. And that's what I'm saying. Coming from a place of you are also a manager. Now you're saying, I don't want to be a manager anymore because there's no guarantees that I'm going to go somewhere, take my family, and we won't settle. So the mere fact that Arsenal have this tall building, some fans don't care about the Carabao Cup. Some fans don't care about the FA Cup. All they're saying is, nah, fam, we need to win the Champions League. And that's when you feel like they are entitled, because Arsenal...
There you go, that's the word right there. That's
entitled. Because when was the last time Arsenal got to the semi-final?
Describe you, man.
With Wenger, right? Almost a decade ago.
That's why I said, That's why we when I got into it. I knew that, because I knew who you were before I started this.
I'm not taking... I try to come a face of trying to be objective, and I think that's just an objective take on it, because...
I don't know that it is,
I didn't give you my view. I just said basically there's some fan base that... some part of the fan base that don't care about a Carabao Cup. So Henri saying get to the final at least... I don't care if I get to the final. As not me, but sometimes I don't care about the Carabao Cup. I don't care about the FA Cup. It's Champions League.
You know what?
And you just said your point. Arsenal were just this close from getting to the final.
Yeah. You know what? My experience of Arsenal fans in general, like even outside of me, I don't think we are entitled. You know,
some people are.
I know. You know,
obviously,
what?
fan base are quite. You know,
I know you say it as well, Marley. But you know, I don't think we are. How long have you heard all of us, like riding the coattails of winning the Invincibles? We're mad grateful for that. And that's 20 plus years ago. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like even the FA Cup, bro, do you know we did a parade for the FA Cup? After our trophy drought, we did a parade for an FA Cup. Like,
isn't that
bro, like that might be embarrassing to some fan bases. You get what I'm saying? Like that's what Crystal Palace did, because that's Crystal Palace's level. No offense to Crystal Palace. They do parades for FA Cup. Even when you, man, won the FA Cup, did you do a parade? I don't think you did.
Nah.
That's what's wrong with football nowadays. Why can't people celebrate?
I'm in agreement. If like you win something and you feel as if it's of value to your club,
then celebrate. But that's the point I'm trying to. That's the point I was building up to. That Arsenal, actually, we are very grateful, and we all turned up there. Our women's won the Champions League. We did a parade. We all turned up. I was in Southampton. Otherwise, I would have showed up. I swear to you, I would have showed up.
That's because you're desperate to celebrate something, which is why I don't feel as if you're allowed to turn your nose up at the Carling Cup. Because if you won it, you would be happy, bruv.
Yeah.
You hail it up like you hail up the women.
So what you just done there,
did you ever watch the Arsenal women's game in the season,
What you done is very disingenuous, because this season I've already apologised for my behaviour towards the Carabao, whatever the cup's called.
Yes.
I have. I've apologised when I said I see the error of my ways. I didn't. I think what my issue was you, man, trying to act like your season was better than what it was. But now, having tasted it, because I was in the semi-finals and I know I wanted to be in that final. Yeah. When Newcastle dumped us out, I was negged. I didn't, and that's why I say that to kind of rebut what you just said, Della. That actually, bro, get us any cup, you would have seen how happy. I know you're saying for me, but I genuinely believe it's reflective of the whole fan base. We would have all been happy. We just want a cup.
You see your boy Ant.
Yes,
Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
I listened to his podcast. He doesn't care about FA Cup. He doesn't care about Carabao Cup. He just cares about the league.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what I'm saying. That's just
some people
until you're in the final.
Of course.
Similar to the Nations League, bruv. You only because you said it. You only care about it until you're in the final.
Exactly.
But I'm not trying to say. Obviously, he's saying he'll be happy with it. I just gave an example of someone else that will not be happy with the FA Cup. Or
but it's never going to be.
That, but I guarantee,
he'll take it.
He will take it, and he'll be on Twitter parading it. Yeah. I guarantee. We say this now. Like even my cuz, like he was meant to jump on the show time ago. Me and him argue a lot because he says, bro, I'm not interested in no FA Cup, no Carabao Cup. And I say to him, bro, how dare you?
Yeah, you are.
We have not won.
Yeah.
We're not winning.
But that's what I was going to
How
just say,
you?
that it doesn't matter what kind of fan you are. You're going to please some, others are still not going to be happy. You're just going to go in this merry-go-round.
Yeah.
So for Arteta's sake, I think next season, he needs to deliver something. It doesn't matter what it is. It's come to that point now. Like, come on, you're getting to that level now. Get them to the final, win something, cool. You push on, you move on.
And I think Thierry is just very honest and doesn't maybe like hide away from those takes, it doesn't mean he doesn't like Arteta, because I've seen him praise Arteta several times.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why, like, his following has got so strong, Arteta's following, that we're turning on that guy.
No, but
everyone really,
like as I said, what he said is like, some people can look at it both ways, and you can think of it, okay, he's a bit divisive in what he said, or to your point, he's like, no, I get it. So it's not, it's you know,
it's just the way you receive it.
But speaking of North London, let's go to Spurs, who, despite Ange winning them their first trophy, they waited a while, but they've officially pulled the plug. But surprisingly, some of the
players,
some of the players and even ex-players,
a lot of them,
they are surprised that they, you know, and then obviously they pulled the plug of the likes of Robbie Keane,
Bissouma, Maddison, and those are
the current players.
There's been a few. What I would say to that though is, he seems like a different person in behind closed doors, because my judgment on him is purely based on the character we see in the press conferences. But that it seems like he isn't that guy to these players, because Maddison sent him a pretty like heartfelt message about like, thank you for supporting me, thank you for always backing me. And it was interesting to come from Maddison, because he didn't always play Maddison when he was fit. So I was like, okay, right. And Bissouma, similar kind of message, just like, thank you for always supporting me. I learned so much from you during our time. I was like, oh, okay, it seems like a.
So it was almost like a dad figure. From what I read
it would seem like, I know they kept on calling him. But when I was reading it, I was thinking, oh, this is how the players used to talk about Sir Alex.
Like, that's what I thought.
What do they call him?
They're calling that boss. I don't know if that might be a normal thing, but when I
sounds like you might need to go and watch this.
Who's that? Me?
As in Marley Marr.
Hey, he got fired, didn't it? So I want to watch this.
Yeah, exactly. Marley was right. Marley was right.
It sounds like you're starting to be like, oh, maybe I got it wrong.
I didn't get it wrong. I'm just saying he might have two personas, bro. One in the public and then one in behind closed doors. But I mean, he got fired, didn't it? So I was right in the end, didn't it?
No, you weren't right. Daniel Levi or Daniel Levy, whatever you call him, he's crazy, bro.
He's crazy.
Yeah. He's actually the craziest chairman ever. Like, he's ambitious. Yeah, I'll give that to him. Because I always say, I wish Arsenal was ambitious, well, more ambitious. He's ambitious, but he's like a law unto his own. He's a rebel without a cause. This guy's insane. Like, bruv, you've got Poch, who was getting Tottenham, delivering on, like, with a shoestring budget.
Champions League
final. They became a Big Six club because of this man. He's fired, yeah? Cool. Jose Mourinho, he gets to a final 6 days before the final. He's fired.
That alone is one of the craziest football decisions I've ever come across. And it was because of money as well.
Yeah, probably was.
Possibly mad.
Absolutely.
And then he loses the final. That Mourinho probably would have won. Yeah. And then
it was
I can't remember his name now.
Mason.
Right.
Is it Ryan Mason's that name?
Yeah, Mason. Yeah, Ryan Mason.
Lord,
and then I think he took over again at some point. Bro, and then you get a man who is, like, don't get me wrong, Tottenham fans everywhere synonymously wanted this man sacked, but they never tasted glory before.
Conte.
Just like, no, not Conte. I'm not even talking about Conte. I'm talking about Postecoglou now. Bruv, now, I said at one point, I might have said it on this episode in one of the groups, he said something, where I was like, this guy's going to get fired. Because I know what Daniel Levi is leaving on.
They say it's always better in the second season. The third season is always better in the second
before that one.
I know, go and say what you're going to say.
My one was when, basically, he was being interviewed, as he does. You know, he gets a little bit like tetchy, if that's the word I'm looking for, with whoever's interviewing him. And I was like, oh, yeah, why are you so... Like, to paraphrase, but why are you so dead in the Premier League? He goes, well, obviously you're going to be dead if you're trying to compete, and if you're basically doing different cup runs and you're trying to win other cups, and obviously your Premier League form's going to take a dip. And I'm like, no, that's not obvious, and that is definitely not what I would want my manager saying. And I thought, if Daniel Levy is watching this, he's fired, whether he wins the cup or not, because that's an insane comment to make.
But finish.
But I was going to say, but then when you win the cup, though. Bruv, all the fans are like, bruv, I've not experienced this. They want him to stay, like, because how much worse can it get? There's a little bit of momentum, and like Marley just said, all the players coming out in support of him. It's now, what you've now done is you've
Reversed it.
reversed everything, and now there's that doom
Yeah.
again. Now there's that doubt, that shadow casting over the
I don't know
club.
if it's a bad decision, though. I'll be
But,
honest.
Nah, I don't think it's a bad
to what you were saying, Strives, that comment you're talking about, I think it was taken out of context. And you know what? And again, people just give you sound bites in it, and everyone's running with it. He was speaking about this season, so he's more or less saying, if you've got a depleted squad, like what else do you want me to do? Of course, I can only prioritize a competition I think I can win. Like the league is out of my reach now, so like I'm not going to focus on the league. I'm putting all my eggs into one basket, and lo and behold, that basket was fruitful.
Yeah.
So based on that, like he delivered what he said he was investing in, which is winning a cup.
Yeah.
And I did personally think he should have been given at least one season, one more season.
One more.
Yeah, because
that would have been good. Because he would have got him relegated.
Yeah, but
No, I don't think so.
He would have got battered up. He would have got battered up.
Why do you think he would have got
No,
battered?
because obviously with the Champions League as well, they wouldn't have.
No, but that's when Levy.
Yeah, Daniel Levy. Yeah.
You have to now back your manager, because most times with Poch, he's like, yeah, we need investment. He doesn't invest them.
But he's been back though, you know. Like they spend a lot of money.
No, I'm not disputing that. They have spent money, but understand that your squad is
Who's been
very
back?
much depleted.
Postecoglou.
Yeah.
Like he's won a cup now.
Yeah, so that's and now he got you where you wanted to be, win a trophy and get back in Champions League. Fair enough, our league form fell off, but I need to look at you and say, okay, but even when you say he's been backed, okay, they got Solanke,
yeah.
They Johnson, the keeper,
the
Vicario.
keeper, but even last season, like is Odebear? Then you got that player from Bayern Munich. It's all these youngsters. Then you got
and then the ones that came up from the Championship.
Yeah,
like
Archie Gray. So like, yo, and yeah, good player. But yo, you want me to be competing with these guys, and this is who you're giving me. You know, and I think based on the balance of scales, okay, I've given you one decent season, one. Is it a bad season?
That was bad, bro.
It was.
No, but
the football was bad, because even in the final, like they were fortunate they came up against us, because I think if they came against Atletico Bilbao, they would have lost.
No, but what
they didn't play great.
No, they didn't. But once I say I've given you one season whereby I showed, like, where did they finish in the first season? They finished 5th or 6th in his first season.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
So I've showed you one season where I showed I can compete relatively.
Right.
Second season, okay, I had injuries, but you know what? I gave you the one thing you haven't had in decades.
Yeah.
So give me one more chance.
Yeah.
And if I flop, then hey, I hold mine up.
Yeah, but do you? I would understand if they gave him another chance if there wasn't any options. But I think Thomas Frank being available and probably having the conversation with him that he would go. I think after that it's like, all right, man, let's just bring.
I don't even understand why Thomas Frank wants to go there, because Thomas Frank, I put him in a mold of managers as I put like an Arsene Wenger, someone that is quite tactically astute. He builds good relationship with his players.
Yeah.
He can build players from nothing to something, sustain a club that's kind of really relatively low invested and keep them competitive.
That's probably why.
That's what I was going to say. That's why Tottenham wanted him, because obviously they Brentford always used to buy on a budget.
Yeah,
money, stats.
Money.
But here's the thing: we've seen how this movie ends. So when I say I don't understand, I can understand why Daniel Levy was doing what, because he's crazy. He's like that new toy syndrome. Oh, I like this one. And then he will just return it after, you know what I mean? He will get rid of you, bro. We know what Daniel Levy's on. He will get rid of you, bro. So, but with Thomas Frank, he's a manager that typically does better with time. You don't get time with Spurs. That's one thing we know. You do not get time with Spurs. So I don't know how if I'm Thomas Frank, I'm going there, because I'm going to say, look, in order to meet your crazy aspirations, Mr. Daniel, you're gonna have to give me bread, because what you want, I can only do that with bread. But if you want to get there, I can get you there. But we're gonna need to be patient, and we're gonna need time.
I understand why, because like obviously you go to the club with that understanding that, all right, this guy is a madman and I could be gone any minute. But you also, on the flip side, you think, all right, I'm in the Champions League. This is a bigger club. The infrastructure, the stadium, it's all better. It's all a level up. So I feel as if you back yourself as a manager, you always take that chance.
Yeah,
I agree.
And at some point he has to step up.
Thomas.
And who, like, if he's seen the likes of Maresca go to Chelsea, all these other managers, and he's been doing well in the Prem. Who's going to, not Arsenal, it's United overlooked him.
Yeah,
Liverpool.
I agree.
At some point, like, where do I go? He's been at Brentford since the championship.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
just gotta say,
I might be biased.
and he's still staying in London as well, so he
Yeah,
doesn't
exactly.
really family and
Exactly.
stuff.
It's a good step up. It's a good step up for him because I think we were, as you said, we were linked with him, but I feel as if that might have been too much of a jump for him.
You think so? More than bloody Ruben.
Ruben's been in Champions League and thing that, and he's won titles.
Yeah, but you see this thing, and we'll talk about Gyökeres as well. That's another thing of the leagues. Do you not think someone like Thomas Frank can go to Sporting Lisbon and do well in the Portuguese league? Like this is, I think we have to just like put things based on like the currency. Like Ruben's done well. Yeah, credit to him, but in Portugal, it's only 3 teams. Benfica, Sporting, and
but the thing is, he has to do it though. That's the only thing. I'm not saying so. He probably could. Maybe he could, but he has to do it.
Yeah, but I just think it's not too much of a jump because he's been in the Premiership. It's more of a jump coming from Sporting to the Premiership.
Yeah.
Whereas he's been going toe to toe with some of the biggest managers in the Prem.
I mean,
but again, they probably won stuff as well. I don't know. They'll probably look at accolades as well. You know how big clubs won stuff. No, I'm saying in terms of Ruben won stuff, so they're looking at accolades as well. Thomas Frank, they can see the progress though, because if you think about it, Brentford have come to that point now where if we again do like top 4 and then bottom 3, Brentford will never be in that bottom 3, and that's credit to Frank because he's made them into a Premier League team.
Like, I suppose as well, like me and Joey was arguing, like, I don't know if it was this season or last season, when I was basically saying Brentford and Tottenham are the same level to me, kind of thing. So I think maybe I'm biased where I'm just, I don't know why you're going to Tottenham, like you're comfortable where you are. But obviously I get it objectively, Tottenham, you are probably going to get more Ps. It's a bigger club. It's
more
probably
pressure
it's the
well,
best.
Sometimes
It's more pressure. They've probably got the best stadium in the country as well. But yeah, that pressure is the one that I'm not sure about because the pressure is fine. You know, I mean, they say pressure builds diamonds, but it's the person putting the pressure on you that's the problem. That chairman is nuts, bro. So I don't know, like, and the thing is, he's the immovable object. Do you get what I'm saying? He is there to stay. Do you get what I'm saying?
Someone did a meme of him getting someone to escort the Europa League Cup out the cabinet.
But to your point, like, even though I said I think Postecoglou would have got fired when I heard that statement, when he did win, I agree with Della. Like, I think he should have had another season.
Yeah. Or at least till Christmas.
No, not even till Christmas.
No, because if they're in dire straits, if they're bottom of the league by Christmas,
yeah, then, all right, cool. But
something like that. That's what
I get you. Everyone says that at least till Christmas, but my whole thing is like he did have a crazy injury crisis. So let's see what happens when he doesn't have an injury crisis. Yeah. And then he gets more players.
They still lost this last game of the season as well, man.
Bro, but they just won. They just beat you guys and won the Europa. They're back in the Champions League. They're on holiday. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Who cares if they lost that? What was going to happen if they won it? Nothing. Yeah, they've literally, like, it's a bit of a genius move by Daniel Levy in a mad way, because now Spurs have got free season. Because Thomas Frank can come and tank in his first season, and no one's going to say much because it's his first season. Do you get what I'm saying? So then they'll say, all right, your second season now, or they might give you your 2 or 3, give you a chance. And then on top of that, in this, with Ange isn't in a bad way. He could go to any club now and say, I always win something.
I don't think he's got a free season, because I think the only reason why Ange had second season as such is because he'd done pretty well in his first season. I'll say pretty well. If Frank comes in and he has an abysmal season, like similar to Ange did in his,
well, what can you do? You can't just keep spending 15 million on manager payout.
He does it. Who's the? If I fire people, bro, I'm sure they've had managers like
100%. He fires people, but I'm just saying it's not a sustainable strategy.
And what's the one at Nottingham Forest now?
Oh yeah, exactly.
He didn't even do particularly bad.
But what I'm trying to say is it's a crazy strategy. You can't just keep firing people, bro. You can keep firing people, but then you're gonna be where you are. Like that's why you're Tottenham. That's why that's why it's mad Spurs.
But does the chairman know something that maybe the players don't let on though? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like,
let Brentford freaking get Postecoglou in and watch Postecoglou finish off our Spurs.
That would be
That would
genius.
be funny. That would be funny.
He'll get them relegated, bro.
Yeah,
You really don't rate him, innit?
I just think he's a crazy guy, bro.
Who, what, Postecoglou?
Yeah,
But he's proven that he can play different way against you lot.
Yeah,
And
I
he said
know-
that's what he's learned as well.
Yeah, so with my thing, I'm just like, bro, like, give the guy another chance. So he's giving you attacking football. Spurs fans started loving the football again. Yeah. Then he's giving them the trophy. Yeah. And then he's showing that he can play in a different way. Right. You sit down, you have a meeting with him and say, listen, mate, you were this close to getting sacked. Here's what I want to see from you. You have another conversation and then you go again.
Yeah.
You get that.
But maybe even the chairman spoke to him again and said, and then he'll be like, nah, like, it's my way. Like, I tell you how we're going to play. Like, instead of the chairman saying to him, you need to incorporate more or less some of this next season. Do you know what I mean? So you don't know how mad Ange can be as well. So we don't know what convos I had. That's what I'm saying, even with the players. You know, when I see these messages from players, like from past experience of talking to players that have been in dressing rooms with managers, you can release one thing, but behind the scenes, everyone in the team's going, yeah, this is wild. Like, we're going in there at half time, the manager's not saying anything.
Yeah.
They're
I've
saying,
heard those
go out
things.
there, lads, come on, play your football. Do you know what I mean? So,
Shout out Steve Bruce.
And speaking of dressing rooms, let's move over to the transfer window. So starting from you guys, I was going to say Palace for her. United. So your confirmed signing so far is Cunha.
Cunha, yeah. He's our earliest transfer signing ever.
That's because no one else wanted him, though. But
Shut up, man.
That is true, though.
Well, no one else wanted him.
Do you think if other clubs wanted him, he would have chosen United?
Get out, bro. Like we've been
Okay,
linked with
what clubs
Cunha.
were in for him?
Huh?
What other clubs were in for him?
I don't know, but to suggest no other clubs wanted him is
I honestly don't think
Wolves,
you guys had
Wolves
competition.
probably wanted him.
Who?
Wolves.
I honestly think like you guys, it was a clear run for you guys.
And I think
we've done
I think we've done that deal pretty early.
Yeah.
No,
I think that's what the situation was.
I think I honestly believe you guys. Like who else in the Prem?
Bro,
Well,
for what, 60 million?
Huh?
For 60 million? I think that's a steal, bro.
Or I think maybe clubs were probably interested, but they weren't willing to pay that price. I think
Or
at
his
that price
wages
was
as well,
you
you're
guys.
saying 200.
Yeah, so all in all, I think you guys would have seen it for it.
All right, whatever. Anyway, we got him.
But
So that's why we need to get him.
Yeah.
I weren't trying to send no shots. I was just,
Cunha, and then any transfer links you got in Bremo?
Yeah, I personally think we'll seal the deal. I mean, they're saying like Spurs might be in for him, but
If he goes to Frank goes to Spurs,
yeah,
No,
I don't know, man.
I think that deal was like 48 hours away from being done.
yeah.
yeah.
I'm
So
hearing
I
his
can't
wages
see it, but-
is in
By the
200s
weekend,
as
we'll
well.
have
Yeah.
Bremer, which
I don't
is-
think
which
Daniel
is
Levy
good.
is going to pay 250 a week.
Yeah,
So we might be lucky.
So when you guys say like
you better paying him.
Allegedly.
allegedly.
But I
that's not true.
don't think it's
What
true.
happened to I thought you lot changed your wage
that's
structure.
what I heard.
But this is what I'm saying. This is allegedly, and I think the first person that dropped that statement was I think it would come from an Arsenal account, and people just run with it.
Really?
That's what I saw.
I was listening to someone. I can't remember what the source was today, but they are saying that it's in around the 200s.
Yeah, 200. I think it's what 150 to 160 plus bonuses, which brings us 200. Which is
Mm.
I'm fine with that, bro.
Yeah. But you got to think about it. Liverpool have like the highest salary.
Yeah.
In terms of in the league, they're like one of the highest in terms of salary budgets. So I'm thinking if you want to win stuff, like you got to play your players a little bit. I know we've done that before, but again, the players that we're kind of going for now, that we've done the glitz and the glamour.
Yeah.
We're going for pure stats.
200
pure stats.
200 doesn't represent overspending to me.
I know that, but I think it's your whole squad building because Cunha's on 200 plus.
He was on
In
120
Bremen.
at Wolves.
Yeah,
Let's
but
just be
he's
real,
at
though.
Wolves, and you guys talk about the badge. Yeah, so it's not the badge. It's like whoever pays the most.
No, all right. So what I would counter with that is my position is like I feel as if your importance to the team is as high as Mbeumo and Cunha's is going to be, I think they fit into that wage bracket of like 150 to 250, and we're hitting them 200, which is I think is probably where they should be. It's when you get like obviously Casemiro come from Real Madrid, so he naturally. He says like 350. And we were keen to get him. All right, cool, 350. I think the problem comes in when you've got like a Mason Mount, for instance, who's also on like 250, 200,
like that,
or a Sancho who's on like
That's
275. That was the old regime though. Under Ineos, I think that the highest wage we're paying is, I think 208, which is for Delit.
But how much is it?
208.
Yeah.
Okay. But my thing is, okay, you're getting Cunha, so both Cunha and Bremo, they're both taking a step up.
Mm.
And you're giving them 250 or 200 or whatever. So now if you get a player from a club which is above yours, what's he going to be on? Because,
give me an example.
I don't know who else you're in. Let's say Gyökeres.
Let's say you was getting like a Martin Odegaard.
No, but
Gyökeres,
but I think Gyökeres might be still in that bracket though. So
I think because he's coming from Sport. I don't know, but let's say
Semenyo from Bournemouth. If we're linked to him,
they're above yours.
Yeah,
but I think Semenyo again. They are still a club below United. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's say
United finished 15th though.
Come on.
It's Semenyo. So if for instance, if he was in for Semenyo and I heard 150 to 200. I wouldn't think that's overspending. I think anything above 200 for come like Semenyo.
Yeah, okay, but
is
maybe my example. Like, let's say a Gyökeres now.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic. Let's say he's between. Let's say Arsenal are actually quite interested, but he said, I really want to go to United, and you guys know European football. The only way he'll go over there is for money. So someone like Gyökeres, if he said, hang on, I know I'm going to come down, I'm going to be your bags man.
Yeah.
I know Cunha's on 250. I know Mbeumo's on 250. I need to be on 300.
I'll be fine with that. The reason I'll be fine with that, is because I think...
I think it's the way that we structure the salary, though. Let's be honest, because if his base is 300, then I'd be like, that's wild.
No, I'll be fine with that. But it's like that 300 comes with assurances that you're going to deliver. And I think if you come there and in the first season you're not delivering straight away on 300, then like you shouldn't be on that. And for that reason, you should be ushered out the door.
There lies the issue because he ain't going to say, okay, if I don't score goals, you can start reducing my wages.
Yeah, that's why I said it needs to be at the right base with the right additions on his salary. So obviously you say you bag like goal bonuses, like how many like appearances on the pitch, like that's how you structure it properly. Because let's be honest, without Man United paying these players these wages, they're not coming. Because we haven't got European football. If we had European football, then we could probably say, you know what, we've got European football. We want to come here as well. Maybe we'll push the salary a little bit lower. But with no European football, it's like, guys, we want to get these guys in, so let's pay what these guys are not going to get anywhere else. But we need them in. We're that desperate. We need the goals.
But if you don't get European football next season and you're bringing these players on still, because it's still relatively high wages, you're paying European football wages for these players. If you don't get it,
no, we're paying Manchester United wages.
And you're second dinner lady.
No, I'm just saying we're one of the biggest clubs in the world, isn't it?
Second dinner lady.
Second dinner ladies for this exact reason. For this exact reason.
No, but I think it's nasty work what you guys have done.
No, of course. Nobody agrees with it.
No, you don't agree with it.
Because you wanted Gyökeres and Mbeumo.
No, I mean, I think I wouldn't have like turned my nose up at those kind of signings. I'm not gonna hate. Like, if you get those, that would be a decent window for Man United. But last season, you told me you had an 8-9 out of 10 window, finished 15th, bro. So, with Manchester United, you lot destroy players. I don't know why anyone's going to you, but that's not where I was going. Like, why I say it's nasty work, because Jim Ratcliffe, he kind of swindled everybody, bruv. He made everyone think, no, you man were broke, bruv.
That's good leadership, bro. Because under Ed Woodward,
we got out of money.
We got. Oh my God! In the summer, we are gonna spend. He's that guy.
Yeah.
And I've said it, like Arteta and Arsenal. I don't know why they've taken that approach this season, bro. But like Arteta came out early in the press, and he said, "Listen, like, it's gonna be a great summer. We're gonna make signings."
Yeah, he did say that, man.
That is a mistake, bro. Because when you go to clubs and you're trying to negotiate deals,
because we know he's a liar. He told us start in January. Bro, like this, you see, like this window, from the 1st to the 10th, the way that we've like signed Zubimendi like 9 times, and I've seen crazy, here we go, since January. The moment, obviously, my birthday was on the 2nd. I'm expecting to see, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
but bro, I've seen nothing, bro.
That
is wild.
You know Zubimendi's like, remember Nicholas Gaitan?
Yeah.
Every summer we was linked to that guy, bro, and that guy just stayed in Benfica, bro.
Yeah,
like it did not move.
And the thing is, I'm hearing that it is done. there's sources that are saying it's done. That's what I'm hearing.
I heard my Madrid sources said that.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I just remember Madrid saying
This is what's crazy. Then there's Madrid sources. So it's bad embarrassing, isn't it? And then the only signing we've done is some Chelsea reject goalkeeper.
Yeah, I don't know why you bought.
That's a good signing though.
You know what it is,
it's not bad.
In isolation, I can understand it. But why it triggers me and why I'm annoyed, is like, all you're showing me as a football club is your transfer strategy is, I'm going to take Chelsea's cast-offs.
Chelsea rejects.
But just think about it, Willian.
Yeah, but okay.
David Luiz.
So how many of those have been bad signings?
Sterling.
How many of those have been bad
you want to
signings?
get Kepa?
How many of those have been bad?
Bro, Havertz is the only decent.
Most of them, bro.
Havertz has been the only decent one.
No,
and Havertz, and even all right, and let me even say that Havertz has been a decent one. But what do you want? Because obviously, like, are you in Arsenal? I don't know who you are. Yeah,
I'm just a host.
All right, so me as an Arsenal fan, I want trophies.
Yeah.
None of these signings have delivered me any of that. So, your culture, your transfer culture, is making me sick because you're trying to do astute or shrewd business, and you're not winning anything, Arsenal. So, even if you had like. The argument would be, would you rather spend 25 mil on that, Juan Garcia? Well, he's not going to come to play back up. So I'm like, so you're telling me you're trying, although that's not the position you should be strengthening, but you're getting me a player that wants to be better than Ra. So, and if he is better than Ra, somehow we're getting better. Okay, cool. I can probably stomach that rather than someone who is literally just coming to be where.
Nah.
Like Neto, okay, like I'll tell you something. You see Neto that we got from Bournemouth, If you had told me, that we made that permanent, I wouldn't have cared.
So go on.
Yeah. No. I wouldn't have cared. I wouldn't have batted an eyelid. So for the fact that it's Kepa, I'm just like, again, I don't really care that much. But it's just the optics of it. The optics of it is, imagine, I'm telling you, I'm sitting here waiting for a here we go, and then I get that. I'm just like, bro, this club is really frustrating.
No, I get the optics, but bro, it's not even been a week yet in the transfer window.
Fam, they swindled me in Jan.
I feel that Marty wants to say something. What's that? Here we go.
No, not yet.
I thought you were going to say
no. So Fabrizio, is this a real Fabrizio? Just make
Mendes.
not
Imagine.
No, Saudi Pro League clubs have approached Benjamin Sesko in recent hours with important proposals. Understand Sesko's priorities to continue in Europe at this stage.
Yeah, he ain't going to
talks to follow in the next days.
Sesko, we've been flirting with this guy for 2 seasons now.
No, don't move over. Finish on Kepa first. Yeah. So you think it's a bad signing?
I don't think it's a bad. No, it's not a bad signing.
Are you just basically putting it in order of priority what Arsenal need? That is not a signing you guys need to make right now.
Arsenal need a goalkeeper, bang. It's just done.
Yeah.
It's probably not worth
like I said,
in
isolation. In isolation, it's okay. I can understand it, but I'm looking at the whole thing. I'm looking at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture for me is, this is what you guys always do. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we go and knock on Manchester United's door for freaking Sancho, bro, or Garnacho, bro, because my club is fucking mad.
Yeah, apparently you're linked. Apparently you're linked to Garnacho.
I think Garnacho will be well. I'm not even.
But what I'm not going to do is even entertain the conversation. That if you are going to talk, you do it amongst yourself. I'll sit down and listen to the pod.
That would be a good sign though, because you'd have Martinelli and Garnacho in it. That would be decent, bruv. That would be a decent like for like. You know what I mean?
No, you don't want like for that. Hang on, but obviously mindful of time. So quickly, obviously, Zubimendi we know is still up in the air. Kepa, if it comes in, you think it's shrewd business, but you're not particularly happy.
But whatever. We need another goalkeeper, but it's,
and obviously
do that signing or reveal that signing.
But it has to be
late.
Just late. Just get in the can, and then just say
don't announce
it. Yeah, I agree.
Get me my striker first. Get me my player, and then
they had their way.
They know your fans are starving, innit? Like, so they're just trying to feed.
You're aggravating us.
Yeah,
we're fighting in house, bro. What they're doing to us is mad, bro. We're fighting. I'm telling you. Listen, Arsenal fans are.
But listen,
we're fighting, bro.
It's not them.
Oh, who's it then?
It's Fabrizio and them and them. Arsenal will probably want to do this like undercover and say, we only want to reveal this once. But these man, this is their job, isn't it? So they have to do these things.
That's
so
what
it is what it
Arsenal's
is.
become good at though. They are quite tight-lipped at certain things where you, like, I don't even trust Fabrizio now because I'm just like, bro, you don't even know what's going on, bro. Like, didn't he do the here we go for Zubimendi and
last year, bro?
And then now I'm hearing he was on the beach, to debunk medical rumors. Bro, this is Zubimendi guy's out of control. And look what he did to Liverpool last season. This is who you guys are resting your laurels on, and then the contract talks with Partey is stalled. So we might need to get 2 central midfielders. In my opinion, we need 2 strikers. Bro, Arsenal, you don't know actually understand. We could be in the mud, But anyway.
But it's early days, man. Obviously, a lot of clubs, like, we'll move over to Man City next, but a lot of clubs, they are doing their signing because of the FIFA World Cup.
Yeah.
So, bro, football's changed, man. It's only 1 week.
It is early days, but I think the frustration comes.
But the thing is,
available players are obviously they're getting snapped up, and then
But are they Arsenal signings?
You get left with Garnacho and Wissa.
If they're not Arsenal, if it was Arsenal signing, I can understand why some fans are damn, we missed them.
But Della, they're saying
if we took Mbeumo, would you be upset for Arsenal?
I
was going to say, but I think
that's true business.
The window closes.
But why is our shrewd business got to be Kepa?
Is for the clubs.
That's basically up to asking.
You think
that's true? Sorry.
No, I was going to say that apparently the window closes, but apparently it's for the clubs in the actual competition.
That's for everyone. Everyone can use that window. That's how you guys have done your signings. But then it closes.
No, but it's saying it's closing. But I think if you're actually in the competition as well, you can't do anything. But apparently other clubs outside it can still continue. But then literally not, you can't reveal, but you can still do stuff. But it's mainly for the clubs in the actual competition.
No, but what you're saying don't make sense because you could do Chelsea been making signings even when the season started. So I think you can kind of like maybe speak and get deals done, but nothing can get signed until the window's open. So I think that's just normal.
Chelsea, I just think about it. Chelsea having a madness. They've just signed someone called Sarr.
I saw that.
They've got
Strasbourg.
They've got someone called Esuego
from Sporting.
They've got Quenda from Sporting. They've got
that guy from Brazil.
Payas, Estavio, the guy from Brazil. What's going on with them?
And they're for Gittins.
Gittins.
Even
City. What's going on, bro?
They're going to be a problem.
All I'm saying is all these honest clubs, Arsenal, Liverpool, change, man. These guys that are swindling the system are winning. Chelsea winning. Man City. What happened to these charges, bro? They spent another 300 mil, bro.
Man City,
they're not finished.
They're not finished.
That one stresses me out.
Not finished. Hey, you man said they're back, fam.
I didn't. As I said in the group, I didn't expect this level of opulence.
I don't understand that. There's no way City we're not going to reinvest again.
No, but I don't know why I didn't see it like this.
Well,
yeah, literally.
Shirky, Reinders, Nori, might get Livramento.
Yeah, they're moving correct.
They've already got players in January who've had what half a season to acclimatise.
Yeah.
Bro, are.
You think Pep's going to ruin Shirky though? Because
I don't know.
I hope not, man.
Yeah, I think he will. Because even I think a while ago, it's like a player was saying that Pep doesn't even like people shooting from outside the box. So when Mamouche took that shot, obviously got goal of the season, but he was probably livid before it hit. left his foot. So I know Shirky. Shirky might be alright because Shirky's he's a higher up on the pitch, and I feel like some players are allowed to express themselves in the right positions.
Yeah,
and Shirky might be one of those guys.
On players that can express themselves, like what do you think is going on with Grealish? Because he's not in the FIFA Club World Cup.
I think he's available.
Yeah. But who does he go to?
That's the issue.
No.
I think he just go back to Villa, man.
He's going to go Arsenal.
Yeah.
But we say the thing is, you say
that'd be a good sign.
No, but the thing is, you say all of this.
Not even taking this.
Where would he play?
In Marcelini's position, isn't it?
No, that wouldn't excite me.
Fair.
But the thing is, Grealish is on what 300k a week. It's difficult.
I don't understand
how
people feel like they can go back down and they won't take away.
Yeah,
I don't think he would.
But what club are you going to? Because no one's giving you 300 in this league.
No, I think he will be accepting to drop his wage.
Yeah.
It's like Rashford. Rashford is on 300 at the minute, and he just wants to play at a club that is not United.
Yeah, literally.
He should go to like a Newcastle but obviously Newcastle are tight with PSR.
Yeah,
that's why apparently Bremo said no to Newcastle.
Yeah, for the wages. Yeah, but that was wild. What was it? 80k.
Allegedly,
80k they offered him, bro. I would have turned him down as well.
He's got mouth to feed, man.
So speaking of Liverpool, before we go to Liverpool. The one good thing, despite Man City doing all these signings, the one good thing that all these other clubs can take away from this Club World Cup is that obviously they may be a slow starter because the Club World Cup finishes in July something.
Yeah, end of July 29th.
Yeah, and then the season starts in August, so they're going to be. That's the only thing like people can hope for in it. And
That's a good point.
But Liverpool, obviously, they confirmed Frimpong. They got in for Kirkes.
Yeah.
But the big one we want to talk about very quickly is Wirtz.
Mm.
I'm not a hater.
Yeah.
But I just don't think he's not worth the price tag.
Yeah, and I think Bayer Leverkusen, they're doing the right thing, innit?
Do what you can.
I think he might do something to fill the creativity void that Trent that the hole that Trent leaves in the team. So I think it's a good move, and I think it's an exciting one if you're a Liverpool fan.
Course.
But I've been seeing your dialogue, and you've made some points that I can't disagree with. Like there may be a settling period that he won't be afforded.
Yeah,
I think he's on a flop.
Wow.
Based on price tag.
Based on price tag, because like I mean, you just brought it up. Like I think with that price tag, you can't not hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Like Pogba, for instance, came with a heavy price tag. Pogba technically wasn't a flop. He was pretty decent for Man United. Like, but because of that price tag, you just never live up to that.
Yeah,
and I think Wirtz is going to.
Declan Rice.
Declan Rice has actually fulfilled his, I think, because he's a mainstay in the team. He's always available, always fit. He carries the team like a real captain. Odegaard needs to be stripped of that. So for 100 M's, I think he's done it the right way. That makes sense. But I think Wirtz is just gonna. I think he's gonna. He's a dope player. Technically, he's sound. He's a dope player, but. I don't know. You look at Shirky, who's coming for 35 million. You look at Wirtz, who's coming for 150, and they're going to compare the two. And if Shirky comes and does all right, and Wirtz doesn't, immediately he's a flop.
In hindsight, when you look at it, probably Chelsea have got the best part of it. 30 million for Delap, that he could get a lot better. Because I actually rate Delap. I think he'll be good, and I think he goes under the radar a lot.
He's all right.
But that's what I mean, though. 30 million or 120 million.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's like,
money,
Yeah. That 150 is very, very strong. And he's I think he's coming strong like 350 a week.
Yeah. And it's surprising, for me, it's surprising that Liverpool are actually doing this.
Yeah. I'm quite surprised as well.
With Alisson, I get it. Van Dijk, I got it because they were probably the best in their positions in Europe. But he wasn't. Like, you can get someone cheaper. But obviously, it's what they want to do. So, and as I said in the group chat,
I rate them though. They're just trying to maintain their position of leverage. I rate them,
but they need to get rid of Nunes first, though. If he gets on the right plane.
Oh yeah. Do you think that was that real? That can't be real.
But on Wirtz as well, Ten Hag needs to do a solid, bruv. He needs to reinvest that team on them bogus guys that you freaking brought in the club.
Well, he ain't going to be on Anna because they've got Flecken. Is it Flecken?
Yeah, Flecken, yeah.
But
he'll take Garnacho, though.
He can take Garnacho, yeah.
He loves Garnacho. He'll take him.
Yeah, take him and Anthony, bruv. You got 150, bruv. Don't tell me you're poor, bruv.
But the thing is, out of all them signings, I'd probably say Anthony is probably the only player I'd probably have back out of the ones that we need to sell. If we didn't sell him, if we needed to,
didn't you say last week about what he did in the?
No, I know that, but I'm saying like in terms of like compared to against a Sancho or Rashford who's underperforming.
Yeah,
like Rashford was. I think you.
Not over Rashford. Yeah, not over Rashford.
You have ordered to Rashford still.
Nah, I don't.
And the thing is with Rashford, he was hard done, man. I feel sorry for him, man, because even when he was playing this season or last season, rather, he weren't even the worst. Like,
but he weren't the best either, bro. That's the whole point.
He was the best.
Solid.
He was relegated.
We were rubbish.
But he was rubbish though.
He weren't
the whole
rubbish.
team was rubbish, bro. That's what
we weren't rubbish. The team was rubbish. He was crossing to guys like Garnacho missing sitters. He was crossing to Højlund. He was the only reason Højlund scored this season is partly because of Rashford. You know, like. Rashford, I feel sorry for Rashford, man. It's a shame that he's leaving, man. Anyway.
Let's just do very, 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 very quickly. It's the FIFA World Cup. Give you some facts about it. Obviously, there's a total of 48 teams, which was originally 32.
48 teams?
Yeah, so when I was looking at it, I was like, this is serious. 40 to 48 teams, 12 groups of 4 teams. The knockout stages is the top 2 teams from each group. plus the 8 third place teams. Eight best third. Yeah. There's about 12 European teams in it. Obviously,
They're MLS teams as well.
Yeah.
Is that the 12 European teams?
Yeah,
Saudi
so
teams.
it's Man City, Chelsea, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, PSG, Inter, Porto, Benfica, Dortmund, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, and Red Bull.
I
Salzburg.
wonder how they chose that, man.
They do it basically. I think it's like they go about like 5 seasons in the Champions League or something.
But Salzburg's done nothing in the Champions League.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was baffled at that. But apparently that's how
and
they do it.
Benfica as well.
I'm surprised.
And whoever
yeah.
wins that is going to get too much bread, man.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's
we need
100
to
million.
We need to hope it ain't freaking City or Chelsea,
Right.
bro.
So the other teams are what? MLS,
And I think
Saudi
Saudi,
and maybe some Mexican teams.
yeah, Mexican. I think Mexican, probably Brazilian as well.
Yeah, Brazilian teams.
I think I saw some
Flamengo. Is it Flamengo's in it? Because
yeah, I saw Oh, this is Santos. Was it Botafogo? I think they're called?
Botafogo.
Yeah.
It'll be a great chance to do some scouting, though. Like,
definitely.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the teams that ain't in Europe as well, they're gonna ball out, bruv. Like, but you might just get El Hadji Dioufs.
Right, but yeah, it's a proper World Cup, bro. I thought it was only
Yeah,
like a
it's
small boy thing.
I looked at the schedule. Like the games are like, so I think the first game's on at 3 into Miami versus
AM or PM.
3 AM. Yeah, 3 AM. But it's like literally throughout the day, like the sleep patterns are going to be knackered if you're trying to watch it.
Because it's held between USA, Mexico, and Canada.
Yeah,
that's right.
all my gamblers, man, stay safe, bro.
Nah, honestly, them Accas are
Stay
going to be
safe
wild.
out there.
Yeah.
Trust me.
And it starts 15th of June, finishes on the 13th of July. So, as I said,
Yeah.
these Prem teams are Chelsea, Man City. Yeah, all these people need to take advantage of them being in this competition. Mad thing. But, cool, yeah, that's the end of it. Let's quickly do our back pages. I don't need to explain it. If you've been watching it, if you're listening, you know what it is. So, Marty Mar.
I'm gonna go Mendes. I wasn't here last week, so I couldn't give any PSG players my back pages. So I'll give it to Mendes just because he obviously won the Nations League just yesterday as well. So yeah, what's that you?
Drayman.
I'm going to give it to Ronaldo.
Why?
for scoring at 40 years of age.
Homelander.
I think you just need to give the guy a bit of respect because everyone just says he's washed, but then he still scores. I know, like you said, Sam, Adela, I should say, he does take the piss a bit in those games, but it's to be expected. Mm-hmm. You're putting him in a team. He's not going to run. He's going to be that fox in the box. He got a goal yesterday, and he almost was like trying to say to people, like, "I've proved you running again." So you got to give a guy respect for that.
Do you know how bonkers is it for people to call Ronaldo washed?
I know. It's
disrespectful.
At what point can you call someone? If someone's washed, can you call them washed? Irrelevant of what he's done.
He's not washed.
He's not washed.
He's just
old. Yeah, it's just he can't run anymore. Yeah,
he's washed compared to what he is, isn't it?
That's like calling Thierry Henry washed.
If he plays football now, yes, he's washed. If he plays for France now, he's washed.
No,
because you're comparing him to what he was before. So that's what they mean.
Yeah, we can't do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like Ronaldinho.
Would you want that Thierry that played against Leeds?
Nah.
He scored though.
Yeah,
he
was
washed. We can't talk about the goal like that.
Yeah,
that's basically what Marley was. You just there's just certain words you don't.
Then hang up your shirt.
Yeah, fair dues.
Yeah,
fair dues.
You.
My back page is going to go to Thomas Tuchel for basically reading England the right act because that team is a pile of trash and but their attitude needs adjusting, and I respect that he's just coming out and saying it in the public and not no pally things. An honourable mention to my daughter Makaya because it's going to be her birthday on Wednesday.
Happy birthday, Max.
Happy birthday, Max.
Gonna give my back pages to hold tight, Jerry. Yeah, welcome to the club. Sleepless nights, my guy. You're gonna feel it. But I'm gonna give my back pages to Neves.
Okay. Sick.
Only because I feel like he's a young player. I'm talking about Neves for PSG and Portugal. He's a young player, but I feel like he's deserved to lay a claim in that sport in that midfield. And I feel like fair enough Portugal did win it, but I felt like he was disrespected because on 2 occasions he was played at right back. He played at right back, and even though he dominated Europe and they wanted to go and win the treble. So I think honourable mention has to go. No, not honourable mention. Big shout has to go to him because Like, and I think sometimes managers just need to be a bit more braver. Like how, what's his name? PSG manager.
Enrique.
It doesn't matter about your age.
Yeah.
If you're good enough, you're good
Yeah,
enough, B.
I hear that.
So yeah, give it to him in it. And yeah, shout out to Martinez for actually winning a trophy and not ruining the golden generation.
Yeah, innit?
So yes, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for rocking. Please like, comment, share, and we'll be back again next week. Peace out.